Wow, that was graphic. Welcome everyone to the official 2016 presidential election pre-show. My name is John. I am joined by the nominee from the Party of Pulp, ladies and gentlemen. OJ is here.
How did I get blamed for that?
OJ, that was very intense. We all learned a lot about life, how life is made, and all kinds of things.
No, those are things that you don't need to see. You know they happen, but you don't have to witness it for yourself. This
Johnny
is not
boy.
the Matrix.
Johnny boy, how are you, sir?
I was better about 45 seconds ago.
Are you sick? What's going on? You have blankets?
I don't know. I've been coughing for probably too long.
You got the long undies on? What do you have?
Well, I
seems
haven't
like you're
turned
trying
the
to
heat on.
It seems like you're trying to keep warm. You have what are you wearing?
So I
You got
mean,
the
it's
blanket?
like 68 degrees in here, something like that. This isn't bad.
What kind of thermometer is that? Where'd you pull that from?
Dollar store.
So as we start here, I want to again give our thoughts and regards to everyone still suffering from Hurricane Sandy and all that stuff. My power came back on Sunday night, and I have power now, but we're in the midst of a blizzard right now outside my window. It's insane. You actually got sent home. You got sent home early from work today?
Yeah, they sent us home. I mean, we had to work once we got home, but yeah, they're just like, weather's bad, go while the getting's good.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know, we could lose power at any moment. Right now,
Yeah,
but we're here doing this. Do you remember this happening in your lifetime? What is going on? Is the Northeast just being like damned to hell? What is happening? What do you think?
Well, if that's the case, it's frozen over.
Apparently, I don't know what's going on. Blizzards and all kinds of things. So, I don't know. We got how much snow are we expecting here?
It's not really supposed to stick though. As far as
I have like several feet out there right now. I could show you.
Excuse me, you're kidding, right?
No, I'm not kidding. I'll have to take some pictures.
Last I checked, we had like a few inches on the bushes, and that was it. It wasn't sticking very well.
No, I got quite a bit. You could come show
Really?
it for me. What? Yeah. What am I lying about this? What?
Well, it's just the weather's so different over like a really like 25-mile area.
Yeah, it really is.
Wow.
So like I said last week, we got to figure out a way to stop these storms, because we know these storms are coming. We watch the Weather Channel. They show the radar. They show that these things are coming. They know it's coming. Why can't we do something? My idea: nuke the hurricanes, nuke the blizzards, bomb them. You just throw bombs. You build a brick wall. You build some kind of carbine generating spinning wind machine that blows it away. Maybe
that's better than nukes.
Send it somewhere else. I'm just sick and tired of it. And I did not. I went to vote, and I looked on the ballot for such an initiative. There was nothing, and I was very disappointed. I caused a scene. I don't know. So that's what we got to figure out.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We're going to talk about voting stuff right now. Or we're going to get to that later.
We'll get to it in a second. First, I want to do the prostitution and plugs. Yeah, we're going to prostitute ourselves a little bit. So, if you were following Twitter, our Twitters over the weekend, we announced that we now have the Schnoz-man t-shirts are now available. The official Schnoz-man shirts. I actually have one right here. I think I do. This is the red shirt. Okay, so this is the Schnoz-man shirt. Can you see it?
A bit, yeah.
It's lovely. It is available now. This is the new shirt that Schnoz-man wears in the new episodes coming out soon. The nose is blue on the shirt to match the nose that he has is blue. I think it makes sense.
Well, honestly, I think that if you think about it, Schnoz-man would have gotten himself a blue shirt. Not that he would have painted his nose to match the shirt. He would have gotten the shirt to match his nose.
Yeah, I don't know. The shirt. Well, that's the shirt he's wearing in the new episodes. It's the same design. Just the colors are slightly altered and improved. It's the design made by Hazard. Hazard actually made that shirt, and we thank him for that. And that is now available for sale along with the StayBallsy shirt at geekfiregifts.com/shop. And if you'd like one of those are more than available. I think there's only like 19 or 20 or something available.
20 something.
And yeah, so that's cool. If you want to get one for Christmas or give it to someone, or give one to yourself, or give one to your granny or whoever, your teacher. That's a cool thing. That's a cool gift. Helps us out, and helps us give more nice content. You know.
Yes.
Yeah. So you like the shirt, don't you?
Oh yeah, it looks a lot better than the old one. The old one looked like it got run through like a bleaching machine or something.
Yeah. So that's that. So let's talk about the election stuff a little bit.
All right.
I don't see why not. So first of all, I want to say I'm glad it's over.
Yes.
It's just like a relief. Like the day before election day, I was watching TV, and like I just got the ability to watch TV again because my power came back, and I'm like, I want to watch some TV, and like it was just ad after ad. There'd be like an attack ad on one guy, and then immediately following that would be the other person attacking back, like back to back ads.
It was brutal.
And then like after you watch like both the ads, like you don't know what's going on.
Well, dude, walking through town, I mean, we saw signs for vote yes on question 2 to save our fire department. Vote no on question 2 to save our fire department.
We don't want the fire department. No. So yeah, I mean, it was just got out of control, and it gets to the point where you don't even know what's happening anymore. It just becomes a big ball of mess. You're like, well, who's running for this? And I don't know what's going on. But so I'm glad it's over. And I went to vote. Did you vote?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to mention. Weird little story.
And I hope everyone out there, if you had the ability to vote, if you're old enough to vote, I hope you did. Because if you don't vote, you don't really have the right to complain. I feel like it gives you the right, like, to sit to complain about stuff. Because if you don't do it,
that right.
Yeah, if you don't do it, then it's like, well, you're just saying stuff, and you got to put your, actions to work. So. Yeah,
well, I gotta say, when I went to go vote, there was this old guy walking around.
Oh, what a shock!
We parked.
Yes, continue.
Anyway.
Yes.
We parked over in the famous parking lot that I'm sure any of you Schnoz-man and Hole Punch fans have seen so many times, and the thing is completely full. Like, the whole parking lot is full. Like, you can't even get near the school, which is the voting place. So we're walking over there, and there's this guy mumbling to himself. It's like, I don't get it. It's like Easter Sunday or Christmas Day or something. I'm like, what? The guy's like, no, it's like Easter Sunday. Nobody ever votes last year. It was never this full or anything. That everybody just all of a sudden comes on by. It's like, oh, no, I'm going to vote this year. And he seemed a little like, what the heck? Where were these people last year, the year before, all that other stuff? We get inside.
Well, there wasn't a presidential election last year.
Yeah, well, then we get inside and we realize they're doing teacher education.
What is that?
There's another event going on at the school.
While the voting's happening?
Yeah, apparently. They're doing something.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm in line, actually, waiting with my ballot, and the guy turns around and says, the guy's like, where'd that guy go? Turns around to me and says, they're doing some teacher thing here. That's why there's so many cars here. It makes sense now.
Who was this guy? Did he just start talking to you?
Just some guy. Yeah, he just started talking near me, and I answered.
Did he try to get you to go? Did he have like candies, and he said, "Come into my van"? What was happening?
No. He was just like an older dude with really bright white hair. Yeah. He seemed like a nice guy, actually.
And he was harassing you.
He wasn't harassing me. He was just talking to himself, and I think I answered at one point.
Yikes! Did you hit the vote?
I voted.
Okay, you voted.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else to say about your voting experience going there? Anything interesting happen?
Well, it was weird. There were 12 voting booths.
Did you trip and fall and knock over the booth, and then all the booths fell like dominoes? And then
but here's the weird thing, though.
Yes.
There were 12 voting booths, which are just little stands set up, with for privacy and whatever, where you fill out a paper ballot with a special magical voting pen. But there was also a voting table if you didn't care about privacy, where you could sit in plain view of everybody and vote on a piece of paper in front of everyone, which struck me as kind of weird.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to get into a little bit. The whole thing is just it's just kind of unsettling. Makes you kind of worried, honestly. Like, I go there, and I'm not like disparaging these people, but everyone that's like volunteering, they're volunteers, right?
Yeah.
They're all like over 80 years old.
Not all of them, but most. Yeah.
Pretty much where I am, that's pretty much what was going on. So they're not the most like I don't know how to say this, like astute as to what's going on, maybe.
Yeah.
And then you go in, and it's like there's no ID required. You just show up. They go, what's your name?
Really? We needed our driver's licenses.
No, nothing. They go, what's your name? What's your address? Okay, here's your ballot. Or they go, sign here, because they have everyone's name, and you sign by your name on paper. This is done on paper, so it's like technically someone could like destroy the paper after you sign it and just put a copy of it in there.
Oh yeah.
So it's all done on paper, and it's like no idea what's your name, what's your address. Didn't have to get any information. Here's your ballot. And the ballot's paper. It's a big paper ballot, and they give you a marker, and you got to fill in the little circles. And I'm sure half the people can't get it in the circle. It's possible.
It's very difficult.
And yeah, you're right. And you're just and everyone's just all around you.
Yeah, they're all everywhere.
Everyone's like standing next to each other, and then you take the paper ballot, you stick it into this machine.
Yeah, and like they don't even tell you which way to put it into the machine. They're just like, do it. Just shove it in there.
It doesn't feel like you're doing something in 2012. It feels like you're doing something in like 1946. That's what I felt like.
I'm happier with the paper machines than I am with the electronic ones, okay? I don't trust electronic machines.
I don't mind the paper, but the whole thing around it was just very kind of makes you kind of nervous.
Yeah.
Because I could have said I was anyone. Could have been you. And they would have just been okay. Here you go.
But you're not me. Are you?
I only wish I was.
Okay, now there's the biggest lie of the day. But anyway.
And the people like I said, there's all like the old timers, and they kind of just look at me like give me like scowls. Like, aren't you supposed to get the sticker?
Glaring at you?
You're supposed to get the sticker says I voted. There was no stickers. No stickers.
I didn't get a sticker either. F that sauce.
All I got was scowls for people. And I don't know if it was necessarily because like they thought I was voting for a certain person or something like that. But I think maybe it's just because it's like kind of like the situation where like one of you is not like the others. You know what I'm saying? Because I was the only person that was under like 65 there.
Yeah, like on the screens right now, there's 2 hatted, bearded people and one who's not.
Exactly.
I don't fit.
You're the odd man out. So I don't know. I didn't enjoy the process. I feel like it's got to be put together better. I know it's hard because it costs money and stuff.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder how much those stickers cost.
It's got to be like a party, man. Everyone will vote because like what is it? Less than half the country does it. So
yeah,
if you just saw like you go in, they got clowns, fireworks going off. A guy like have an Uncle Sam with those like the legs that are extended.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking
on
about.
stilts.
The stilted Uncle Sam, and for the kids, he's out there, and you have somebody jumping off the roof into like a thing of water. I don't know, just good old time,
They had donuts, but only if you worked there.
They gotta change it around. I think it should be done. You could be able to do it from your home or something.
It would be nice if there was some way to do it officially, but
you should be able to do it from your home. I don't know, but that's that.
Ugh.
You want to talk about who you voted for, or anything like that?
Not really.
Okay, I'm gonna do it. I voted for
Supreme.
What?
Nothing.
Okay, I voted for Mr. Gary Johnson, Libertarian Party, and I felt good about it. Like I didn't really know who was gonna vote for when I got in the booth, but then it felt good to me when I did it. And the reason I did that is because I think that's the only way we can get real reform in this whole situation. That's the way that you're essentially voting to change the system there. That's the way we're going to get if we get one of these other people in there. You're not going to get real change with the other 2 parties. Too many sponsorships, too many hands and other things, other body parts that need to be shook out there, And I think people don't want to vote for the third parties because it almost becomes like a sports match. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like Obama versus Romney, and it becomes like a sporting event, and people want to feel like they're part of like the big game, and they have like, oh, that's my guy, and and they talk about it with other people, and it becomes like an event. They're part of the event, so they don't want to feel like they're taking themselves out of it, or think they're wasting their vote. But I think if you vote for a third party, you're really doing something big. You're voting against the system. You're voting to change the system itself. And Gary Johnson had a nice line the night before Election Day about wasting your vote, because people saw you waste your vote on the third parties. And his quote was, he said, "Wasting your vote is voting for someone that you don't believe in. That's wasting your vote. That's wasting your vote. I'm asking everyone here, I'm asking everybody watching this nationwide to waste your vote on me." And that's like, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a really good line, so then I was like, I'll vote for that dude.
Oh.
Unfortunately, what happened was they wanted to get 5% of the vote, Because if they get 5%, they get federal funding thing. They get equal access to federal funding in 2016, and they get to be on all the ballots, right?
Nice.
Well, it didn't work out.
Not nice.
They got about 1%. But they said, like, I was looking at their stuff, and what they said is if they had this federal funding, and they got to be on all the ballots, they would get 15%. Like they know that like they would definitely get 15%. So it's interesting that it's not really like if he ran the same election that he ran, said the same things, he would get 15% just with the federal funding. So essentially, it really comes down to cash spent.
That's all I'm gonna say is that one of the biggest problems with politics is how much money there is in it.
Yes,
that's the big problem.
It's like the only time a third party did really well was in '92. Ross Perot, who's great. Remember Ross Perot? He was played by Dana Carvey.
Yep. I remember Dana Carvey as Ross Perot more than I remember Ross Perot as Ross Perot.
He got 19% of the vote, of the popular vote in '92, but he spent like a ton of money. So it's really what it all comes down to in the end. So, we try again. You get the 5%, try again. I think in our lifetime there'll be a third party that wins. I'm going to say that right now. We've seen governors do it. Jesse Ventura.
Oh my gosh, that was great.
Other people.
Like everybody from Predator got to be elected to something except for the dude in the Predator suit. I'm waiting for that guy.
I think there'll be a day when people get tired of the usual thing. And they want to change things. We'll see. I'll put that out there.
Someday.
In our lifetime, I'm going to live to be 275 years old, so within that lifetime.
I'll have what you're having.
Yes. I'm in excellent health. So anyway, the actual outcome of the election, I was pretty, I don't know, I wasn't like distraught over anything that happened. I think Mitt Romney didn't really connect with the people. I don't think he really connected with the peeps. Like he kind of came off to me, and this is just me looking at this. He came off like a kid that's running for class president, that just goes in front of the class and says whatever sounds good. Like he goes up there and he's like, "No more homework. Recess will be all day." Stuff like that.
I can get recess all day.
And then, like, just to get votes. Like that's how he came off. Like he comes out, "I'm going to increase spending for the military. I'm also going to get rid of the deficit. We're going to have 12 million new jobs. We're going to cut programs." But he never would say, like, if he got questioned about these things, like he would never explain what he would cut or how he would actually do these things. He would just say this stuff. And a lot of people that did the numbers, like did the math, basically say like doesn't make sense. Like if you're going to increase spending for this, but you're going to get rid of this and that, it didn't really work. And then like a lot of the other issues, like the foreign policy stuff, he like agreed with Obama on every issue. So yeah, I don't know. I don't think he connects with the people. I think Obama, like, say what you want. The people, he connects with the peeps, and his like their whole thing, they were beating him up with the economy's in bad shape, unemployment's so high. He won the state of Nevada, which has the highest unemployment in the country.
Oh,
has the worst problems of like any state, and he wound up winning Nevada. And I think most people realize that like he did inherit a terrible situation. And like he says he can fix it, so this is his opportunity to show us that he can do it.
Well, we'll see what happens in the coming years. I mean, all I can say really is that whoever ended up winning, I just want stuff to get better. Whether you're happy or sad about how the election went, all you can do is hope that whoever's going to be in charge and doing stuff over there in Washington and your states and whatnot, they're going to do things properly. And things are going to get better, and happy, joy, tra-la-la-la-la. One thing I'm wondering about is, did you see the voting they did in Puerto Rico?
Yeah, I'm already talking about that. I have a list of different elections we're going to go through.
Okay.
This is a very serious episode of the show, ladies and gentlemen.
Tonight,
I want you
a special episode of the show. We talk about real life issues.
We should have wore like sweaters and like. I don't know.
I'm halfway there. I got enough blanket on, buddy. Yeah. Actually, it's kind of warm now.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. We got to try to get things get better, and hopefully these guys can work with each other and not try to hope people do badly. Just your party does well and whatnot, and I don't know. one thing I want to say, like, I want people should like really think about what they vote for and what they do, because it's kind of weird when you look at the map, and it's like certain areas, certain states are always the same thing, always the same. They always go with it, no matter what. They always go with the same party, like certain areas forever, and that just comes down to like what your parents told you to do. It's almost like religion. It's like, well, why are you this religion? Well, that's what my parents were, and that's what I.
That's what I was raised. That's what I'm gonna do.
That's what I raised. Well, and they was raised Republicans, and that's what I vote. And I was raised this is what I do. That's kind of a frightening situation. I think everyone should be, at least look into. I'm not saying it's wrong to do what your people before you did, but you should actually believe in those things. You shouldn't just be like okay, that's what I'm supposed to do.
Indoctrination.
I don't know if it's indoctrination. It's it's tradition. It's this is what my family is. This is what we are. And that's respectable in a sense, if that's what you yourself believe in as well.
I mean, you got to make your own decisions, and what stinks is when parents don't let you think about things for yourself.
That's another issue, yeah. That's a whole other thing. So there we go, At least it's done. I want to talk about a couple different little things that happened. Many states voted to legalize gay marriage, which I think is really cool. It's a step in the right direction.
Yeah.
Equality for people. That's something like I don't understand. Like if you want something to be illegal, like just don't do it. Like if you don't want gay marriage, just don't have one yourself.
Oh, okay, because it doesn't really impact you anyway.
Yeah, just if you don't want to do something, if you want something to be legal, just don't do it yourself. If other people are doing it, they're not bothering you. Let them do it, what they're doing, and you make your own rules for yourself. Like for instance, like I don't use drugs, I don't drink alcohol, I don't shoot people in the face.
Yeah, you aim for the legs.
I don't rob convenience stores.
Yeah, you
to
go
me,
for
like
stores.
to me in my life, those things are illegal. I don't put myself in those situations where those things are around me. Those things are all legal to me. So if you don't want something to be going on, just don't do it. And other people don't have to. Not everyone has to have the same view as you.
Mm-hmm.
Why does everyone have to have the same idea as you do? If you believe in what you believe in, you'll just go about your business. If you don't really believe in what you say you believe in, you'll be paranoid and you want to change everyone else's mind.
Paranoid.
Are you there?
I'm hiding because I'm paranoid.
My audio just jumped out. So that's that. Another thing that went down, Puerto Rico voted to become a state.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be approved by Congress and stuff, too.
Yeah, it's not like, it was more of like a glorified poll. When I read about it. Because they like, it was like 60-something% said they wanted it, but
wow.
I think Obama said he would make them a state if a vast majority wanted it. So they don't know if that actually constitutes a vast majority or not.
Well,
like they didn't actually say what the percentage needed to be. They were just like, we want a big majority. So I don't know if that's even going to go down. And even if they do decide, it'll probably take like 5 years for it to happen.
Well, I mean, it's not a fast process,
It should be a state, though, I think, if they want to be.
It's up to what people want to do.
I would say, why not? Let them in. That'd be exciting. We could do a special show about it. Live from Puerto Rico. Live from San Juan. Here's the show.
Can we do that? That would be awesome.
Yeah, we can do it. If you pay for the tickets and everything. If you pay for the flights.
Yeah, yeah. Nah.
What do you have to say about the Puerto Rico situation? Anything else?
Pretty cool, man. Hey, I mean, if that's what everybody wants to do, go for it. I don't really see why not. I don't know too much about the economic ramifications here or there, but that would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
If that's what everybody wants to do, then go for it. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be a big backlash anywhere in the States, but we will need a new flag. We will need a new flag, and my recommendation is that with the now 51 stars we have, we should arrange them to make a picture of my face.
They should take the star, just hide it somewhere else on the flag.
Why?
So you have to be like to find it. It could be like one of those things in the mall where like the pictures you have to look at to see the hidden image.
Why would you hide Puerto Rico's star?
Well, it wouldn't necessarily be theirs. It would be someone's star. One of the 51.
Well, I mean, it's probably Wyoming if Animaniacs is right.
All right, so here's one other thing. Washington and Colorado legalized marijuana recreational use. And I think it's like a big issue because it's well, first of all, what they legalized was I think an ounce. You can have an ounce. You can't have it in public. You can have it like in your home. There's all kinds of issues because it's federally illegal.
Yeah, so that's gonna cause some.
So they don't know how to work this out.
Yeah.
Again, with that too, it's the same as the other issue. Like, I don't do drugs. I'll never do drugs in my life. I don't like to be in an altered state. I have done it. Have you ever smoked marijuana?
Smoking
the
stuff,
reefer?
dude.
Have you ever
gives
done
you
it?
Cancer and stuff.
Have you ever done it?
I wouldn't want to get cancer, dude.
You've never done it.
Oy.
Are we getting too personal here?
Who knows?
I've done it. I did it many times during high school. I did it probably like maybe 10 times. And then I kind of realized it's not for me. And I haven't done it in like 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you to make the decision for yourself, I guess, if it's not that harmful.
Exactly. But here's the thing. The same as before. That's my life, you know? My life is not other people's life. So, to me, I'm never going to do it. So to me, it's in my life, it's illegal. But to someone else, maybe in their life, they want it legal, and they can do it, you know?
Live and
let live. To say that you shouldn't be, doing certain things. Right?
Yeah. And
also, it takes away a lot of problems. I think like the horribly failed war on drugs and all that stuff.
Well, I mean, what's going to happen if it's legal? Like, what's going to happen to all those people, who are illicitly selling it for bajillions of dollars? Oh, it's cheap now. Now what?
I think it should. And there's horrible situations with the prison system. Like, there's people that like they sold like 2 times and they have like 55-year sentences.
I know there was somebody at our high school who got nabbed for there was leftover stuff from like the year prior in his jacket, and they found it, and he got in some serious trouble.
Was he like 60 years?
No, but he got in trouble with the school, something fierce.
He got detention.
Something bad.
Yeah, there's a lot of problems, all kinds of issues. I don't want to get into it. There's a lot of problems with the jail system. There's private jails, and they want people that are like really young, so they get to keep them for like decades. So they like this, the drug, so we give them 50 years, like.
Yeah, private prisons. I don't know, man. That doesn't seem good.
So it's all kinds of stuff. So that's the election. Anything else you want to talk about with that?
About the election?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just going to say I am glad that the attack ads are, well, unless there's errors on the radio, over by now. And going down the street, just seeing all the political signs that are just torn up by the wind, just floating around.
Yeah, it's like they never clean them. Like,
no,
they'll be up for like weeks. They'll be up for like weeks.
Yeah.
That's like just littered all over the place.
Although I still got a kick out of when back home, like in an area near where our parents live, there was a person who was running whose last name was Lust, and they're running for judge. So my friend picked up a big sign that said "Vote Lust, Judge Lust."
It was kind of cool. A couple of people I know, like, were in the local elections. Like my doctor was running for something. That was a cool thing. He was like he was running for like county coroner or something.
I would have voted against him because I want to make sure my doctor is focusing on me. I don't want him doing no government job. He got to take care of me.
So that was kind of a cool thing, but that's pretty much it.
Oh.
Did you vote for Linda?
What?
Did you vote for Linda?
Why are we talking about who I voted for or didn't vote for?
I'm just asking.
I don't like talking about who
All right, we'll talk about it. That's more of a discussion for smart guys. Linda McMahon ran Vince McMahon's wife.
I was going down to the voting booth, and I was about to fill in the bubble, and I got tackled right out of nowhere, and they took my belt.
So she spent like $90 million on 2 bids for Senate, 2 failed bids for Senate, and so I don't know. She kind of became like a little. People were kind of laughing at her a lot today.
Oh.
And Roddy Piper sent out a tweet, and he basically slammed her pretty horribly, and he said that she could spend $90 million to run for Senate and lose, but she won't give retirement benefits and health benefits to the guys that made the money for them, the former wrestlers, I guess,
Sad, man.
Yeah, you know. But I think her thing was kind of a good because it showed like she spent so much more than the other dude. What was his name? I don't live in Connecticut, so I don't even remember. Chris Murphy. She spent like 3 times as much, but she lost.
So many ads. Oh my gosh! I'm just listening. It's like Chris Murphy didn't do his job. Chris Murphy, like the voices they get for these things are so angry.
Chris Murphy is a blatant pedophile.
Chris Murphy lied to you. He did finish the potato salad and put it back in the fridge.
Whoa. So yeah. So I think that's kind of a good thing. Like you can buy it, you know. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm getting paranoid because my speakers are totally shot.
Oh, okay.
If anyone wants to give me Chris's present, I need speakers. So let's change gears completely here. That might be a good idea. People in the chat upset?
I don't know. I don't think that the politics are really terribly exciting to some people. Some people find it a very energetic discussion, and then they fight, and I'm sad.
Okay. Here's an interesting story for you from this week. A prominent astrophysicist has pinned down a real location for Superman's fictional home planet of Krypton.
What?
Krypton is found.
What?
Krypton is found 27.1 light years from Earth in the southern constellation Corvus, says Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Oh man, that guy is awesome. He finds all sorts of cool stuff. And
Director of the American Museum of Natural History's Hayden Planetarium in New York City. The planet orbits the red dwarf star LHS 2520, which is cooler and smaller than our sun. Tyson performed the celestial sleuthing at the request of DC Comics, which wanted to run a story about Superman's search for his home planet. What the shit? Why was this done?
I don't know, man.
Why don't they explain why no one knows it's him when he takes his glasses off? That'd be better than...
Come on, you're telling me that this guy is somehow related to this guy?
Wait, do that again?
They look entirely different.
Wait, do that again.
You're telling me that this guy...
Yeah, this one's got glasses and a different haircut.
Yeah, you see this...
His hair's parted.
Yeah. And he's in a suit. Look how classy this guy is, man.
Yeah.
This is someone you want dating your daughter.
Right. And then
look at this guy. He's wearing his underwear on the outside of his pants.
Totally different guy.
He looks like he fell into a box of Crayola crayons. He's so bright.
Completely different dude.
And look at the hair. You see that? No glasses. Look at the hair. And look at that chin, dude. That chin is out there.
Right.
Different guy. Different guy. And look, you think that the other guy's got shoes like this? No. Right. You can't go to work with shoes like that. You'll get kicked right out of the building.
So they go through the trouble of let's locate the planet and, like, why? Someone's going to go there? Someone's going to go down there? Like, what? I don't get it. So,
we're going to find him.
What do you think about this story?
Well, I think it's cool that, I mean, I think it's kind of cool. I think DC wanted to be able to say, hey, this is, oh no, my face is gone. This is where they actually came from. You know, this is like somewhere Superman could have totally come from. For those of you who didn't know, he came from another planet. Looking at you, Lex.
Here's Dan DiDio. He says, this is a major milestone in the Superman mythos that gives our superhero a place in the universe.
He already had one. It's called Krypton. Then it blew up. So we got another one on Earth. And you know where Earth is? Right here. Well, not specifically, but...
By applying real-world science to this story, he has forever changed Superman's place in history. Now fans will be able to look up... Listen to this, okay? I can't even read it. Now fans will be able to look up at the night sky and say, that's where Superman was born. What?
You see, I liked it before where you could just go outside, spin in a circle with your, with your kid, point randomly in a direction that is even through the Earth. Maybe it came from down there, all the way out in space that way. And you would be right.
I don't know what I would do if I saw someone just standing outside, like you're walking down the street and someone just staring up at the sky and they go, that's where Superman was born. That's the guy you got to get away from. That's the guy you get away from fast.
That's comic book guy from The Simpsons, man.
Yeah. All right, so what we're going to do now, we were supposed to have like a Halloween show and do all this different stuff. It never really came into fruition because we kind of did a post-hurricane disaster show. instead.
Well, now we got pre-Blizzard disaster
So
show.
what we're gonna have Mr. GrogDeluxe come on. He was on last year for the Halloween special. He's gonna come in. We're gonna talk about I don't know. We'll see what we get into. I don't even know. I guess we'll talk about some Halloween related things. I don't know. Let's give him a call. Okay, OJ, is it okay with you?
Yes.
Are you happy with this idea?
Yes.
Hello.
Hello,
Welcome,
sir.
Let me turn off the stream so I don't get some echo. All right, and we are good.
How the hell are you, sir?
I'm doing great. Been super busy. I'm gonna be buying my first house next week. So
Congratulations.
thank you.
Congratulations. It's something myself or AJ have not ever done, right? OJ, you don't own a house, right?
Heck no. You think I can afford a house? You kidding me?
Heck no.
He's like, yeah, I got one in the back of my apartment.
Yeah.
How did you know?
So, what's going on in Iowa? Did we getting these crazy storms here? I don't know what's happening to me.
It's crazy here, but not in that sense, where
Okay.
it's pretty warm. Iowa's usually a really cold state.
Yeah.
It hit 60 this last weekend. It's in the low 50s now. That's unheard of for November.
So you were on the show last year for Halloween. You were on episode number 50. You were back. Glad to have you. Of course, you can find you at youtube.com/GrogDeluxe. What'd you do for Halloween? I wanted to have you on. We were going to do some Halloween type of discussion like we did last time. Didn't really work out. What did you do yourself? Did you do anything cool?
Yeah, I heard you guys had some wind over there. Just a little bit.
Little bit.
Actually, for Halloween, like the actual night, all I did was give out candy at our apartment here. It's a pretty tight-knit community in this neighborhood.
Aw.
That's like pretty much all I wanted to do. I couldn't even do that.
And the best part is I got the candy from work because we did like our own little beggar's day at work where I just walk around a desk and grab candy. Like, well, this is going towards the neighborhood, so I didn't even have to spend anything.
Yeah.
Nice. Deal.
Just the weekend before, went to a friend's Halloween party. That was it. I was the doctor
Ah.
because bow ties are cool.
Did you try to operate on some women, or can I give you a checkup, or did you do that line?
Oh, no, the doctor from sci-fi show, Doctor Who.
Oh,
Yeah, dude.
okay.
Fezzes are cool.
I'm completely.
Ah,
I don't know anything about this stuff. That's why I don't know. I don't know where Superman's home is. I don't know Doctor Who. I don't know. I'm messed up.
Apples are rubbish.
In my neighborhood, they tried to do like Halloween again, but what happened was like only half the houses had power when they tried to do it. I think it was on. I was at John's. It was just like Friday night, so they were like, "Don't go to that one strip of houses where that's where my house was." So I couldn't even done it. Yeah.
Dude, you should have just walked around.
So they did Halloween where half the people were excluded. Isn't that messed up?
They were probably
Yeah.
saying some guy with a beard and a hat lives there. Stay away, kids.
I don't know. I'm just picturing
Yeah, he's
John
out-
walking around with those giant marshmallows, hurling them at the backs of kids' heads. Like, you want some candy? Take it.
He hangs out with that guy with the ponytail. Grog, I wanted to ask you, have you seen the Paranormal Activity movies? Have you seen these movies?
I have seen the first 3.
Do you like these movies or what? I never saw them.
Okay, I actually just saw them pretty recently within the past few months on Netflix, all in order. I thought the first one was actually, I don't want to say genuinely good, but it did keep me on the edge of my seat. It had a really good build-up, a nice progression from the start where things are subtle, real slow, to more deliberate, and then towards the end where shit just goes crazy. Through the whole thing, you never know if it's like, is this really real? Is it a demon or what's going on? And then I watched the second movie, and do you mind if I spoil things, or?
I just got to say to everyone out listening, there will be spoilers.
Okay, I'll try and keep it subtle. It's a prequel to the first movie, I think it was like a week ahead, and it pretty much just took anything that was creepy from the first film, and just they gave an explanation to it, and so a lot of your imagination that ran wild is gone now.
Aw. Is that kind of like how you see the Silent Hill movie, the first one?
Yes.
How the movie was pretty cool, and then they explained why all this stuff was happening?
Right, exactly, which was the whole center, like the flagship of all the Silent Hill series, and like what the hell's going on. And then in the movies, well, blah, 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 this is what happened.
Yeah. These Paranormal Activity movies, go back to that for a second. Like people tell
Yes.
the reason I brought it up is people tell me this is like the scariest movie ever. And I have to see these movies are so scary. Do you agree with that? Because I trust your opinion more than these other fools that I run into daily.
I am honored. I would say definitely watch the first one. Keep an open mind about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just like try not to be like, oh, someone in real life wouldn't have done this, or I would have went and done this right away, or something like that.
Where did their cell phone go?
Or why are they just accepting this for what it is instead of doing something?
Yeah.
Oh
I'll have
no!
to check it out. Have you seen anything else recently? Like anything new since last time we talked about last year?
I went on since last time I was unprepared for movies. I was ready for games.
Okay,
so
yeah,
after, actually, me and a buddy, we went. He is on my channel a lot, Scott. We went and found every bargain horror movie you could almost find. I picked up about 30. I think I even texted you a couple of them, John, for like Puppet Master and stuff.
Right.
Oh, I saw Puppet Master.
Oh man, these things are terribly good.
That terrified me as a child.
Watch it again. You'll be all right.
Did you see what was it? Rumpelstiltskin?
No. But
Killer
I picked up some
Clowns.
good movies too, like the original remastered Halloween, and that movie is actually, I haven't seen it since I was pretty much a kid, and it's really good. Like I think that holds up now.
Yeah,
Michael Myers, I always figured, he's a pushover compared to like Freddy or Jason because he's just a person. He would lose in a fight. He is like every powerful X-Men combined.
Really? He's an X-Man.
Cyclops.
He is Cable. He's telekinetic. He can make like cabinets and doors move with his mind. He's psychic. He's Charles Xavier.
He talks
he
like
can
Nightcrawler.
teleport. He's Nightcrawler.
Yeah, 'cause seriously, he walks like thud, 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 really slowly, and then all of a sudden he's like 200 feet away.
Yeah, or
He should play football.
oh god, you're onto something.
He actually speaks like Nightcrawler as well. I don't know if you knew that. He has the same accent.
Ah?
I don't know.
I didn't know he spoke in the. He
No,
didn't speak in the
I'm making
first
shit
one.
up. I'm making-
Okay. Well, dude, there's a lot of Halloween movies that just were bad.
Yeah.
H2O was so good.
I heard Halloween 5 was something special.
You saw Halloween H2O, John?
Yes,
Why did you see this?
because I thought it came with a free yogurt coupon.
See, this is why
Kidding.
John is just great, because it's like, it's like opening Pandora's box, any little thing. Why did you see this movie? I thought it came with yogurt. Like, who else says these things? I mean, it's unbelievable.
Well, if you thought about it, you'd realize that Jamie Lee Curtis did Activia yogurt commercials, okay?
So why would it come
And
with
that's
yogurt?
why it's funny.
When you saw the movie, they would give you yogurt because she was in the yogurt commercial?
No, we saw it with my cousins, and because we saw Halloween 1 and 2 with them, too.
Okay.
How do you remember that she was in yogurt commercials?
He was watching them today.
I have a whole archive of Jamie Lee Curtis.
He's got a file, a hard drive of Jamie Lee Curtis movies.
Hey, half is Sigourney Weaver.
All right.
You got to fill that terabyte somehow.
That's right. That's right.
Back to paranormal.
Yes, go ahead.
I can't even speak. Paranormal Activity.
Yeah.
And then the third one, it just takes them back to the protagonists of the first and second as kids.
Okay.
And then, which really, really negates why they didn't do things or how their reactions were in the first and second movies when they were scared. Yet they know this is a thing. They know this is real.
Yeah, prequels,
And they've experienced
prequels
it.
are good when it's planned and not like, we have to make another one. Let's write a prequel to this thing we already made.
Star Wars.
When it's like planned out, it's nicely done continuity-wise. It works, but if it's just like, make something, it doesn't really.
Like you can completely ruin a good movie with a bad prequel, like so easily.
Yeah, especially if you kind of ruin like the canon or the universe, or like if you have the same characters, you can do it with different characters. That works. Just you can't. What motive or why? If you show a character in a prequel of doing certain actions, that has to carry over into the movie that already exists. Has to have some kind of relation, not just it's cool now, so let's do it.
Right. Huh.
And you kind of open a Pandora's box there, OJ. You mentioned Star
what he
Wars.
does. You want to talk about Star Wars, guys? We never got to talk about
That is a thing that just happened.
All right, let's talk about Star Wars. I was going to do it anyway, but we'll do it now.
I had to hunt you were.
Well,
I was
we
going
got
there with
Grog
it.
here. We got to do it.
Well, I was going to go there with Grog. Don't worry.
Oh, okay.
I'm a pro. Okay, I know what I'm doing. So Star Wars taken over by Disney. Disney owns so many things. Marvel, ESPN, ABC.
Wait, they have ESPN?
Hannah Montana.
Okay,
That's
now
the biggest one.
stop for a second, dude.
What?
Kingdom Hearts 3, the two guys from Pardon the Interruption from ESPN
Yeah.
with Wolverine,
Yes.
Magneto, Apocalypse, and
Luke
who else they
Skywalker.
got? Luke Skywalker
And Chewbacca.
and Vader.
Okay.
Dude, Chewbacca versus Beast.
Sure.
Then they have
Why not?
puppies.
So it's like, well, what worries me, there's only like a couple companies that own things now. It's like Sony. John, you have that you had that map the other day you were showing me.
Yeah, you want me to hunt that down?
No, don't worry about it. We'll do it through
All
it
right.
one day. But John has this map, and it's like, what, 4 or 5 different companies that own every
Yeah.
property.
They own everything.
Yeah, which is kind of a not good thing. You want a little more competition out there, a little more fair marketplace stuff going on, I think.
There's pros and cons.
There's
Definitely
pros and
more
cons, you're right.
Definitely more cons, but
I think
with
the
the pros,
pro-
at least you do
yeah.
get bigger budgets.
Exactly. And the pros is like it'll be secure forever. Like Marvel, there's no chance of them because I think in the early '90s they were almost bankrupt and stuff, and they were in danger. But at least now it'll always forever be a part of something, I guess.
Oh
It's
my
just, will
gosh.
Disney look at the Marvel sector and say that's too much of a negative? We might have to axe that from the bottom line.
It's possible, but,
But if that was the case, it probably would have happened with or without Disney.
exactly.
I'm just picturing like you go to if they make okay, there's something good that can come of this. Disney World, there's going to be an area called Graymalkin Lane, and they're going to have the X Mansion, and it's going to be awesome. You're going to go to the Danger Room, and it's going to be like the haunted house thing with the holograms and whatnot.
That'd be cool
That would be amazing.
if they made like a Marvel area of the park.
Now, here's a question.
Yes.
Yes.
My theme park knowledge is limited. Universal Studios has a lot of Marvel characters. I know Spider-Man's there. They have the Hulk ride. Do they have X-Men characters there that they have to remove?
I
The
think
X-Men-
I think
yeah.
what's going to happen, I think they probably have a contract with certain things they have to honor for a certain amount of time. So they might have a contract with Universal for like 10 years or something, where they get the rights to the characters, in the park. But once that runs out, Disney, they can do whatever they want again, I guess.
Well,
That
I
makes
think-
sense.
Yeah, I mean, I know. What is it? Like, as long as Sony makes a movie every 5 years, they don't lose a license?
Yeah, they're basically honoring the agreements before the transaction happened. So let's go back to let's talk about the Star Wars thing, though.
Yeah. Are you guys excited or dreading, or do you even care?
Well, I remembered there's an old interview with Mark Hamill from the 80s that they played on the radio a few days ago, where he's saying, they ask him, well, what about doing a Star Wars sequel? Like, well, maybe 20 years down the line or something, they're going to do it, but I'm not going to be in it. Luke's not going to be in it. The only characters that are going to be in all of them are going to be C-3PO and R2-D2. This is their story. Like,
What?
huh. Yeah, that's what he said in like the
Yikes.
80s. But that's the 80s, and I mean, come on, people had like giant
They'll
rooster
do it.
hair. Everything.
They're all going to do it if they get offered to do it. They'll do it, I think. What do you guys think about Lucas? Like, Lucas could have, made more movies. He could have done other things. He said, I'm done. I'm removing myself from the situation. He sold it for, $1 billion, whatever it was, and steps away from the whole thing. So what do you feel about his decision-making process there?
That's a genius decision, if you ask me, for money.
Okay, what do you say, John?
You will sell the property.
Do you think that maybe the beating that he took from the new movies, where people just went crazy on him, do you think that played a part in it? Like he was just kind of like, you know what, screw this. I'm not making any more. I'm done with it. Sell it. Do you think that had anything to do with the decision?
I think he was really like taking a stick to a beehive, because by the time he started making the prequels, you knew what the Star Wars fan base was. It wasn't, you're not messing with an unknown, well, I guess I'll call it the Force, an unknown force.
Yeah.
Huzzah. And,
I hate to say it this way, because like I have a lot of respect for him or anyone that like can create things and be really successful. Like I've never done that before in my life, so maybe someday I can do that. But if they would decide to make more movies, the fact that he's not involved kind of gives me hope that it'll be okay.
A New
Yeah.
Hope.
oh!
And I know it's like a
man,
terrible.
We are on fire.
I know I feel like that's a really like harsh thing to say.
No, I completely agree.
Yeah.
When I found out that he was going to be more hands off on the project, I'm like, okay, this could be good then.
Well, there's a lot of people out there that are really good, and imagine they give it to one of these big, not Michael Bay, but like one of these other guys, like Nolan or something to do Star Wars. I think it would be good.
Or find a director that actually read the books that are supposed to be sequels and
expanded
is really
universe?
into it. Right.
Oh, where Luke's hand just keeps getting chopped off every few books.
I have never read a
kid.
single book. I really don't know what they have. I just know they exist. They're a thing.
Leia becomes a Jedi.
Isn't that okay? I think I did hear that, or that happens in a game. I don't remember.
I think if they if they make the new movies, they're gonna base it off these books. They probably change it around, right?
I changed now. I'm just like someone who's actually read it and is really familiar with the mythos.
Well, as I'm saying, there's a lot of people out there that would I think would do a really good job. So I think I would get really excited again even though I went through the whole hype in '99, and I was like 16 and I was ready for my Star Wars, and it was just look at John. It just didn't.
I had a thought.
It didn't really work out, but I think if it was the right parts were included, I think I'd get real excited about it because I love Star Wars, probably my favorite movies made. So,
okay,
yeah,
Joss Whedon's Star Wars.
Yeah, that's cool. Sure.
What? There's a nerd? Kill him.
The female character would be the top character though, but
Oh my gosh, it would be like Leia or Luke's daughter, Luca.
But at the end of the day, I mean, no matter what, I would go see it. Even if even if it was like the worst possible cast, I don't know, throw whoever you want in there. I would just go no matter what. I'd probably complain afterwards, but I would go. So.
Oh, I mean, I could complain about any. I mean, yes, I would go too.
That's
I knew Star Wars is one of the few things I'd actually go out and see too.
And that's why they sold it for so much, because all these people complain about it, and we hate the prequels and stuff, but we're always the ones that go and watch it. So.
How much did they sell it for again?
It was like billions.
I think 2.
Wow.
2 billion, something like that.
I don't know. It might be 1 point something.
Yeah.
Or I could just be pulling this completely out of my ass.
That's how they got the last 3 scripts.
Oh.
I think me and OJ should work on.
I had caffeine today.
Me and OJ should make the new Star Wars.
Yes. Can I run around in a little R2 suit?
Oh, you want to be in the movie?
I'll be in the R2
suit.
You want
to be Joe to be R2.
I don't even have to.
Just have it not quite fit all the way, so just like his eyes peep out from the top of it, where the dome comes over his head.
He doesn't want to be like a Jedi. Like I think most people are like, I'll be a Jedi. I'll be like a Sith. John's like, I'll be R2.
No, you don't even have to have me do anything. I'll just stay in there. So the whole movie, you can have that thing remote controlled, right? But the whole movie, you just know I'm there. In all those scenes, that's me right there. Where I don't see you, I'm right there. I'm in R2. What do you mean you're in R2? That's me. You are R2D2? Yeah. Did you make a move? No.
All right, you get to be R2. You get to be R2. Okay. So Grog, what about horror games? You been playing it? Did you play anything recently? Did you play Resident Evil 6?
I have not. I'm waiting to play every single one in order for those actually for my channel.
Okay.
And my friend who actually he practices Resident Evil games. He's done the first 3 on my channel now, and I'm just waiting for him. He's been in the funk kind of lately. Plus, I've been super busy for the past 2 months. My channel's pretty much been on just standby.
It's not like you're buying a house or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Or having to be at the bank every day after work.
Resident Evil 6 is pretty fun. It's not horror at all. It's not survival either. It's not survival horror. It's not horror or survival.
No, absolutely not. It's an action game.
But it's a game. It is a game.
Yep. But yeah, we've been waiting for him. Next on the chopping block is going to be Code Veronica, and then Zero, etc., etc. And so we want to do those in order for the channel.
Veronica's pretty long.
No, not really.
No, if you know what you're doing, it's fast.
Right, if you know where the things are at. Resident Evils are actually really, really short games, less than 5-hour playthroughs, if even.
Find crank, apply crank.
Right, mix herbs, huff herbs.
Oh, there's some random rubbish in my way. I can't step over it or use my weapons to break through it. I must find a key that goes into something else that lifts it. And then I can go through this little area.
Who builds a house like that?
Oh, this door is locked. I can't shoot.
In the street.
Yeah.
I lifted a shotgun off of the wall. Why is the ceiling coming down? I don't remember this in the blueprint. I just wanted to see the... Oh, okay.
Well, see, that's the sandwich maker.
Yeah.
I almost got turned into a Jill sandwich.
They took that out of the remake, actually.
That's effing garbage. That was the best line.
Yeah.
Aside from, Jill, don't open that door.
Did you see the new Silent Hill movie?
I have not.
I didn't see it.
I
want
someone
to.
Who did.
I was going to.
I know someone that did.
The guy who I was going to go with, he backed out the night of, so I sat at home and watched Netflix.
All right, well.
Better move. Good move.
John's,
I've been told it is terrible. Never watch it. I could spoil things for you. I can spoil.
Why can you
really
spoil
awesome
things?
stuff.
John, first of all, you didn't see it, so you can't be saying these things like this.
What? I learned things.
Okay, well,
Fine.
if you're gonna spoil the movie, at least make it one that you watched.
All right. Bible goes west.
Yeah,
All right.
that's a good one.
My bad. I shouldn't have caffeine.
One of those movies with the dinosaurs. There was like 7,000 of them. Land Before
Land
Time.
Before Time.
Yeah. Have you seen those, Grog?
Yes, I have.
Who's your favorite character?
What was the name? Littlefoot?
Littlefoot is the main
Littlefoot,
character.
Yeah.
I liked Littlefoot, Ducky, and Petrie. Basically, everyone who wasn't Sarah.
I love dinosaurs. I don't know if people know that. I'm a big dinosaur fan.
Are you a little dinosaur fan?
I'm a big dinosaur fan. I love dinosaurs. I like
Well, you
Jurassic
should
Park.
go to Dinosaur State Park in lovely Connecticut.
Grog, is there anything coming out, movie-wise, game-wise, that we should know about?
Nothing coming up immediately. Although 2012 was a pretty big year for horror games.
What do we have? I don't even know.
Normally not too many, but this year we had a new Silent Hill, which was pretty big. It was Silent Hill Downpour. It did have a fair share of errors in it. The name of the game is Downpour. And so
Yeah.
you'd think they'd be ready for when there's a downpour in the game. They were prepared, but they weren't. The frame rate literally dropped to maybe 5 frames per second when it rained in the game. And that was a core mechanic that they used. Anytime it was random rain in the outer world, anytime in the city. And that's when the monsters would spawn, or more monsters would spawn. And so you hear the scream, and then the game kind of freezes, and then you teleport 5 feet away, and then you teleport some more until you get inside of a building and just kind of wait for the rain to go away so you can play the game again.
Yeah.
They did just release a patch last week that was supposed to fix this.
Last week, when did the game come out?
I think May?
Months ago. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do play Resident Evil 6, there's a patch coming in December that does a bunch of
What's it do?
stuff. It fixes the camera. It does some other problems. So I would wait.
It'll
for
be
that.
very possible I'll play it soon because I'm going to actually have 3 roommates in my house. And so with these 3
Wow.
roommates, we're going to revive my channel. We're going to have a few more projects also, but we will be playing through horror games a lot more now instead of just you might get one or 2 playthroughs a month. Hopefully it'll be a lot more since there's going to be more guys playing.
Awesome.
Let's see. Other games that came out in 2012. There is... this kind of became big with people that don't really play games too much. Slender. It's a Slender-Man game.
Yeah, I've heard of it. Like people like go crazy about this. This is a free to play game or something.
Yep, I don't believe it's a web browser game. You do have to install it, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I've only played it at a friend's house, and not to sound like the, I don't know, hipster, I've played better, but I've played better.
Yeah.
I played Amnesia: The Dark Descent. A lot of people like to hate on that game because it just got too big. But Amnesia, what they did with Slender is just take a small cut out of Amnesia, the good part when you're running from the monster, and made that its own game where all you're doing is running from Slenderman, and that's all the game is.
Yeah.
Idea.
Yes, John. Go ahead.
Combine that with QWOP. Right?
What the hell's QWOP?
It's a game where basically you've got 4 keys on the keyboard. You're a sprinter, and each key controls a different muscle in the leg.
This is a game?
Yeah, it's a
I've
game.
seen this, yes.
Did you make this up?
Now combine that with either Slender or Amnesia, all right?
What if you combined it with Qbert? What happens then?
Lots of swearing.
No, just symbols like pound signs and at signs.
We all know
But
what they mean.
The problem I had with Slender when I played that is I play a lot of games, especially games like horror style. And so I figured it out really easily. Basically, your flashlight dies. That's a basic mechanic. As you go within very slowly and gradually it dies, so you can only see like right at your feet. And then eventually it just completely goes out. And that's when you're supposed to not be able to play anymore because you need to find 7 notes that are posted all through a forest, and every tree looks the same, so good luck finding it. The thing is, if you swerve left and right nonstop as you walk forward and never look back, he cannot catch you. He will get caught on trees indefinitely. And once I figured that out after the second time I tried playing, it just lost any threat I had in that game.
You broke the game.
And something that simple shouldn't ruin a game where, I just swerved left and right and there goes any threat.
That's his only weakness. You found it. All these guys have a weakness, as we know. Jason, Freddy. There was always something. Slender Man walking left and right. He has poor peripheral vision, and he can't see you. I guess.
But did you play Resident Evil 6, John? You did say you
yes,
played
I did.
that.
I did play it.
About how long is that? What am I in
It's
for
extremely
here?
long.
Is it really? Because 5
recommend-
was short, if I believe.
Yeah, 5 is like
Yeah.
8 or 9. This is like double, and I definitely recommend playing with someone because it'll add to the experience quite a bit if you play a co-op.
Yeah, if there is a co-op option, I will be doing that.
But again, you got to. It's not, like I said, it's not survival horror or horror or survival, but it's a game. It's fun. So.
Right, for any game, if it's in like a set universe, like let's say Dino Crisis, the first one's allegedly a horror game, but anything after that isn't. But I will still one day play through those.
Well, like Evil Dead, it's a horror movie, and then Evil Dead 2, not so much. Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness, whatever, not so much.
I don't know. People gotta chill out. Everything's gotta be so rigid. It has to be this and that. It's just like just let it be what it is, and just try to fit things into labels. Chill out.
We must classify everything. What is it? Okay, what is it they say in Torchwood? Oh, you people and your silly labels.
Right.
I couldn't get through Torchwood. I watched a few episodes of that, and it was just like they are doing everything they can just to be like, look at us, we're being edgy, we're pushing the envelope. And so I
There's a lot of shows.
This is why you watch Torchwood. Waiting for Gwen to say something in that crazy accent. 1,000. I know I shouldn't make fun of it, but I just love every time she says a number. It's hilarious. I just 1,000. Like I'd never heard anyone pronounce that word that way before in my life.
John, when does Game of Thrones come back?
Oh, I have no zicking clue. Hopefully by the time I buy the second season.
Anybody in the chat knowing when it's coming back? Let me know. All right, Grogster, man. Thank you for coming on, dude. You can find Grog at youtube.com/GrogDeluxe. Sounds like he's got a bunch of stuff coming soon.
Yep.
Sounds good.
Question, how are we doing on time? Wrapping it up, or?
Yeah, we got to wrap it up, dude.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
You're on Twitter at GrogDeluxe. Is that correct, sir?
Yep.
So I'm definitely looking. Grog's an awesome guy. I wear my Street Fighter 2 shirt for you today. I don't know if you saw that. Oh, you can't see me.
I can't see you right now because I'm not on the stream.
Well, you watch it back. I have my Street Fighter 2 shirt on, especially for you. Have you been playing any fighting games at all, or are you done?
I have started playing Virtual Fighter just a little bit, extremely, extremely casually. I did enter a tournament, though.
Very cool.
I entered Street Fighter 4, and because it's still Street Fighter, and I'm not going to lose in that, to be cocky. Got 4th place in that, which I have no business doing for as little as I played. And I played Virtual Fighter, and I did not go 0-2, so that was my goal.
Right on. I played Halo 4 with Nestor recently. That was interesting. We haven't played games with him in a long time. So a little inside conversation going on right now.
Nestor, my first time I went to Evo in Vegas, he was the first guy I had to play against in my first match.
It's no fun.
Yeah.
And it was Sim versus his Vega, and it was kind of close, but yeah, he beat me pretty good.
Are you going to go to Evo or any that stuff anytime soon?
I'm done with those.
Yeah.
Yep. As sad as it is to say, it's just not for me anymore.
Well, I think it's a young man's game, in a lot of ways. You got to have time to put into the game and travel and do that stuff, and homeowners don't get to do those sorts of things, I guess.
You also have faster reflexes when you're younger.
I have the fastest reflexes known to mankind, John. Don't insult me. I get
Doesn't mean that they weren't faster before.
I get better with age. But I mean, I would go to I remember a couple years ago, I would go to local tournaments, and then so the people there would be 16, 15, and I'm 27, and I'm I don't know why I'm doing this. It's so.
Who wants to go to the bar? Oh.
Yeah, I gotta go to school. You're college? Oh, high school. I'm in a sophomore. It's So, Grogster, thank you, sir.
Yep,
you should
thanks
come
for having
on.
me.
Should come on again soon.
Absolutely.
So
Talk about something other than horror games.
All right, sir. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Talk about horrible games.
Yikes. All right, we'll talk to you later.
See ya.
See you, dude.
Jonathan.
That's not my name, dang it.
What's going on, dude?
People keep getting my name. My boss thought my name was Jonathan. It's totally not.
Well, we just some comments, sir.
Oh, comments. All right.
You seem surprised. You're oh, comments. We're doing
Yes.
All right, just some comments.
Our first comment comes from Helen Kenobi.
I just want to say as we get started here, we're gonna go. We'll talk to you guys in the chat. I've been watching the chat. Don't think I don't, because I see people go, "Oh, Rambo doesn't look at the chat." I saw a couple people say that. I'm looking at it, and we're gonna talk to you guys in a couple seconds. We're gonna do the comments, then we're gonna do the chat and the callers and all that stuff.
Oh, great! That means that Rambo knows every now and then I type stuff in there.
Oh, I know everything that goes on. Don't think I don't. All right, go ahead.
All right. So here's Helen Kenobi's comment. I like this format. OJ was pretty hyper in this stream. Deja vu of 2 guys, 1 mic from last year's show. Lol.
Yeah, it was last week when we were in the same room with the camera. That was pretty nice. You were very hyper last week. What was going on?
Hyper. I think I'm more hyper this week.
You get like real hyper when you're tired. It's bizarre. Like when you're awake, because I was over your house. Like when you wake up in the morning, like you're extremely dead. But as the day goes on, you get more life to you as you get more tired. It's almost like the opposite of a normal human.
Yeah, because I'm actually effing exhausted. I like barely slept yesterday. Well, not that bad, but
what happened yesterday?
I had to wake up early.
What was it like when I was in the house? Did you feel uncomfortable?
A little worried that my door doesn't have a lock, but that's okay. I have heavy chairs and metal objects to keep you away.
Did you feel uncomfortable? I was in the home.
No.
Okay.
I was just more worried that I'm going to walk by and trip over like the monitor and your computer and everything every time I went to water my plants.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I think we'll do. Maybe what we'll do is every maybe once in a while we'll do a show like in the same area.
Because I think it was Master Harper who was saying, "Hey, why didn't you guys do the show again like you did last week? That was nice."
Oh yeah.
But
different location. I live people don't know I live like an hour away from you. And it was kind of so it's kind of hard to get there all the time.
Yeah.
And last week was kind of funny because we literally like I got to your house, I drove through the crazy stuff, got to your house. You just got there, we ran into the house. You had your suitcase, we got into the house, plugged everything in, and we just started. We didn't even like think about how we were gonna do it. We just did it like that, and I don't know. So sometimes good things happen when you just kind of don't think and just do stuff.
Yeah, like there was actually more stuff to talk about, but we just ran out of time and consciousness.
All right, let's continue here. We have a lot to get through here. Let's go.
Okay.
This is like a conversation.
Okay, so Lone Stormtrooper says, 2 years in a row, Halloween has been ruined by some freak storm. Those 2 years, the show was in existence. Coincidence? To which the merc with the mouth replied, I think not. Obviously, Zeus, Greek god of storms, is attempting to destroy the show. But he will not succeed, for we are Ramborgia. To which Lone Stormtrooper replied, actually, I'm a Rambaholic. And then Crazy Dino finished us off with, what is this madness for? The Ramborgia! 2 exclamation points.
So apparently the Rambaholics have resurfaced.
Were they ever gone? Really?
I thought so. I thought they were. They could be in your home right now, OJ.
Yeah, it's not going to let him out.
All right, I'll read this one.
Oh.
I feel like reading stuff. This is from Skullwing Sword. I already screwed up. It says, I live an hour. I can't even read. I live half an hour away from Atlantic City, and it got ripped. The famous boardwalk is in disarray. The city got flooded, and some of my friends had to evacuate and just returned home yesterday to God knows what remains. Somehow, not only was there no damage where I was, I didn't lose power at all. Knowing what has happened, not only nearby, but along the rest of the coast, I have nothing but sadness inside. I've heard from a lot of people that said similar things, like somehow they had no problems, and then like half a mile away, the people had their houses destroyed, and it kind of shows the insanity of nature,
It's
and a little thing here and there, Like what happened to me, like trees fell, but nothing hit the house or the car, and fell near it, and I don't know, scary situations.
Yeah, it's not cool, man.
I want to say, like, if we're trying to sell shirts and stuff, but you might be better off maybe throwing some money if you can to the Red Cross or any of that stuff. If you if you had some extra cash after doing that, then you could maybe get a shirt. That'd be cool. But there's a lot of different charities, even like giving blood and stuff is another thing that people are
they need it badly.
Yeah, so crazy. Last week was crazy. I never saw this before. Gas shortage.
Oh yeah,
I never seen anything like that in my life.
Even near me.
Yeah.
There were some places without gas for a couple days.
Yeah, just you're just driving the street, and then there's like traffic. You're like, what is this? Major traffic in this lane. It was actually a line for gas.
It was a nightmare. I mean, aside from when I was trying to leave JFK, when I was taking the Hutch up, the gas stations off the side of the road, there were police there and cars lined up for probably a tenth of a mile, if not longer.
Kind of really shows how fragile everything is. I mean, imagine no gas, no electricity. It's over. I mean, we're not prepared for this.
This week on NBC, Revolution.
We're not prepared for that reality whatsoever. It really
nope.
Really hits you when these situations happen. You're like, wow.
Yup.
So
it's not cool, man.
Yes. All right, what do we have next?
Okay, am I reading again?
Yes, sir.
360 Jopo says, writing essay and can't write worth a turns on the show. Essay writing is no longer, and now I'm writing better. Success! Stay ballsy.
John was doing his classic edits right there.
I mean, right. I probably should have said poop, but I
didn't. Maybe fecal matter.
Yeah, I'm glad that we gave you the distraction and the kick you needed to knock that essay on its face and then rock it.
Are you watching the stream right now?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, why?
All right, hold on. Okay, I gotta do something.
Well, is this gonna... I'm not listening to it, though. John, why would you do that?
All right, keep going.
No, why would you
Just keep
do
going.
that?
Keep going. Keep going.
Okay. Our next comment comes from Brown Power Ranger 66. OJ, all of your subtle jokes that you throw on the show are so horrific that they're funny. You're on the periphery, and I dig it. Smiley face emoticon. But backward.
What do you feel about that? Is it a compliment to you?
I think it's a compliment. Yeah, heck yeah. I don't think they're all horrific.
Yeah.
But I think that thank you very much. I appreciate that. A lot of times no one laughs, and I understand. But if I made somebody happy in a little way, I'm happy too.
Do you feel like you're misunderstood sometimes?
Usually when I try to speak English or any other language, especially ones I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I say something I don't think is that horrible, and then I realize it is. Other times I knew it was horrible the whole time, and I try to play it off like I didn't know.
Yeah.
It's up to you to decide.
All right.
All right.
We should tell our story. We should tell our story.
Which one is this?
We went to Five Guys.
Oh boy, which one?
We went to Five Guys the other day.
Yeah, I remember that.
We went to Five Guys, and then we're like at the counter, and the chick's, and I was ordering.
Oh yeah.
And John was behind me, and then the chick is like, "Are you guys together?" So I was like, I started, whoa, what do you mean together? And she's like, are you guys together? I'm like, it's not like that, okay? We're just friends. We're not together. And she thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was funny though. Like she was cracking up at like everything you said. Then I started speaking. Sorry, I just saw a comment in the chat room that derailed my brain.
Okay. Anyway, the point of my story was that I think she thought we were like a together. That's what I think she meant.
Just because two guys walked in, one wearing shorts and a t-shirt and a jacket and a hat, and the other guy in a hat with a beard, doesn't mean that they're together. Or she was just asking if we were ordering together.
No, I think she meant like, are you together? So I had to say no. All right, whatever. Keep going.
Yeah. So actually, something Tlatuanitsuatl just said in the chat is relevant to this one. And he said, "Oje wa nihongo o hanashimasu ne." I'm going to speak Japanese. Man, it's been a while, dude. I'm really bad at this.
Read this again.
I'll read the comment. I was just reading what Tlatuanitsuatl said.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Mischief2341 says, "Dear Mr. Harrington, knowing that you are able to speak Japanese, can we get a stay ballsy, my friends, in Japanese?" Okay, I'm not that good at Japanese anymore, which is effing depressing. But this is a really awkward phrasing, like to keep being ballsy. Oh man, that is tough.
Remain ballsy. Can you do that?
I mean, I'm trying to think of what the word for ballsy would be. I mean, I could say keep courage, like stay courageous or something.
That's not the same thing.
I know.
There's got to be a word for ball, like freaking baseball and stuff.
Yeah, it's a tama.
Okay, so there you go.
Genki dama? It's
so
tama.
There's stay and then tama.
But the word I know the word for to be left behind. Oh, man, this is effing hard. I don't know the word for like to stay in one spot. I don't know that. Or to remain. Like, this is bad, man. Like,
I don't know.
I could cheat and fire up Google Translate and try and work that in with my knowledge. But for the love of cheese, John, why?
All right,
why
we're done with
would
that.
you do that?
You lost your chance. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to, I guess we'll take some calls, do some comments in the chat. We'll do about another 15 minutes or so. So if you want to call us, or if you want to contact us on Skype to call in, is JRP the show is the tag there. Send us an IM first, and then we'll get your call in. So, any good questions, John? Are you still there?
I am still here.
You're still there. Okay. Anything? Any good questions? Are you looking?
Quit playing the elephant porn, OJ. Oh gosh darn it, Phillies fan. That's really hard kanji. I got nothing. Not even gonna try it. Sorry, man. I failed. And yes, Templar Hunter, I stink too.
All right, this gentleman would like to come on, so I'll give him a shot.
All right, who's coming on?
You know what? Like, what I want to do is we'll have this guy on. But if you, what I want to hear from you, if you were in the storm, if you had some kind of situation with Hurricane Sandy, I'd like to hear like your story about what happened with that, maybe, or if even Halloween passed. So if you have some kind of story about what you did on Halloween, or something like that, what you did, some kind of story, Halloween story. Also I'd like to hear from you guys too. So that's kind of what we're focusing on here. So let's give him a call. Whoa.
Ooh, sounds like a Viking name.
Whoa.
What the what?
Whoa.
That looks violent.
Hello.
Hello?
How you doing?
Oh,
Good?
You have a very frightening picture. Is that you in the picture?
No, it's not.
What is the picture of?
It's just something random I found.
That is bizarre. I feel upset. John
How
ran
is
away.
that bizarre?
I just feel like it's very frightening to me, and it might give me nightmares later on. I'm gonna have to call OJ, and he'll have to talk me down. But how's it going, man? Where are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Awesome.
Oh, so how's the have you seen much influx of angry Americans since the election?
Yes.
People banning the country and going there.
Yes,
Yeah.
actually.
That's an interesting question. Do you guys hear about what's going on with the election stuff here? Does it matter at all to you, or
No, not really.
you don't really hear much about it? You doesn't really. Okay, that's good. Are you still there?
I'm here.
All right, my speaker is screwed up. Do you have a question or anything you want to talk about?
Yes, I do actually.
Okay.
Well, well, I'm 20 years old and I went out trick-or-treating this year, and it was actually really funny.
Okay.
I had 5 houses say they would not give me candy.
Wow.
Aw.
You're too old. Did you have a costume on?
Yes.
What was your costume?
I was dressed up in a house coat. I had a hair cap on, and I had slippers.
What is that?
It's like someone that just walked out of the shower.
Oh, all right. I like that. I like that idea.
And I just wanted to know if you had any Halloween stories, or what age you stopped going if you went.
Well, let's see. I used to go to my friend's house. He lived in more of like a urban area of town. It was more of like the downtown area, and just all kinds of craziness would go on. People just throwing things and people fighting each other. And I remember this one time we were walking by a house, and these other kids went to the house, and this girl answered the door, and they just destroyed her with eggs and shaving cream and stuff. And then her father came out. And this guy's this guy's really pissed off, obviously. And he sees us, we have nothing to do with it because the other kids ran away. And the dude starts chasing us, thinking we were the ones that did this to her. So that was a funny situation. I don't know, just random stuff. And I think probably stopped around, 13 or something maybe. Stopped doing that stuff.
That sounds about right for me too. It's kind of sad, man. Like, there's actually an episode of Gravity Falls, which is actually a pretty cool cartoon, where they actually talk about, what happens when you're too old for trick-or-treating, Like, what do you do? And it was kind of sad. I mean, you don't really think about it until it hits you. Like, now I have to buy candy. And you can't walk around, just visit on everybody anymore.
Yeah. There's actually an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm that happens where, like, a girl comes to the door, and that's a great show, by the way. And Larry David, like, won't give her candy. And then she, like, there's the whole storyline about that, so I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Seems like we live more through TV than we do through our own doings. But what are you going to do? So, Mr. Daniel the Red, thank you, sir. We're going to try to get some other people on.
No problem.
Any final words or anything?
No, just thanks for having me on.
Thanks for listening, dude. Appreciate it.
Thank you for being here.
No problem.
All right, bye-bye. Yeah. See anything good in the comments section?
Gotta scroll up, I think.
All right.
There's kanji that I forgot how to read, which makes me hate my life a little bit. I have to study more. Massachusetts, something about elephants. Oh gosh, I can't. It's scrolling so quickly. I'm Liam. OBV asked if we have any tattoos.
Tattoos? I think we've answered that before. No, I don't have any tattoos. Do you?
Nope.
No, I don't know. I think I talked about it with Howard. I think when we got that question once. Basically, if there was something like I really wanted to do, I would do it. But right now, I don't really. I wouldn't do it like for style or anything like that. I think a lot of people do that like for sake of like, oh, I'm gonna look like a badass. Here's my tattoos, but there's something like you really are into. I think it's a cool thing, and that's the only way I would do it. I haven't found anything that would make me do that yet.
Yeah, I can't think of anything I'd want to permanently have on my body as an image.
My signature.
Oh.
Iron Wolf says, Rambo and OJ, are you guys ever going to do the full day stream that you said you would do a while ago? Yeah, I think if we had a the same kind of idea, if we had like a reason to do it, maybe like raise money for something or for someone or something like that, then that'd be cool.
It would have to be a weekend though.
Yeah, there's a person in my neighborhood that got an illness, and they were trying to raise $20,000, and I was thinking about doing something like that to try to get it, but they actually got it without any help like that. So everyone in the town gave, and they actually got the money. So that was cool. But I was actually considering it. And this was maybe like a month ago.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, it was just something that it was like one of those things. So yeah. Iron Wolf keeps going. He says Rambo should get a tattoo of Dalsum having sex with an elephant. What do you think?
I think that's a bit of a stretch.
What do you think about that?
It's a bit of a stretch. For the love of God, stop doing that.
Yeah. Let's see. Anything else here? Oh, I got some other people want to call. Charles Mooney says, what are your thoughts on Nicolas Cage being in Expendables 3? I'd rather somebody else. Like Seagal. I'd rather Seagal. But Nicolas Cage is like a bigger name, and maybe he'll... I can see why they'd want him in it,
He's not really that big of a...
action star?
Action star, no.
Yeah.
He did more action star in, what was it? The one with the kid superhero guy who gets beaten up all the time?
Yeah.
He did more action in that than like...
That was awesome, because he played like Adam West.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
Except, yes, thank you, Mooney. Yeah, except Adam West, if Adam West like beat people up.
But the way he spoke, he was trying to be like Adam West. So that was really cool, a really interesting idea.
Nick Cage is everyone.com.
How's that?
Greetings, nice to talk to you.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good, thank you very much.
You went to a Halloween party, huh?
Yeah, I did go to a Halloween party. It was with skydiving, actually.
Whoa! This is
wait, you skydove into the Halloween party?
Yes, that is exactly
I actually
right.
I forgot about this whole thing till now. What do you think about that guy that did like the highest free fall or whatever?
It was amazing. I watched the entire thing live. It was it was just so surreal. Like the amount of risk that he took. Like it was kind of funny because I was talking with my guy, and there was a guy like during the climb. There was a guy, and he was like narrating the entire thing, like just giving you loads of information. And I was talking to my friend over Skype, and I'd say, "Oh, all these risks that he's taking. Like if his parachute opened too early, then he would kill himself because of the speed that he was going at and the amount of deceleration." And then 10 minutes later, the guy he was talking on the television or the stream would say the exact same thing that I just said. So I was like,
Wow.
"Yes, I know loads about skydiving."
So, it was a live stream of that guy doing that, huh?
Yeah. The Red Bull were streaming it on YouTube.
Wow. So that was a crazy thing. How did the guy how did he do that? How did he survive this?
Yeah.
How did he survive it?
How did he breathe and stuff? I don't get it.
Well, he had like an oxygen suit.
How could you fall for that long and you're okay?
Well, he had a pressure suit.
All right.
So, like, you literally had a spacesuit on.
Where do you get that? They have that like
Yeah,
the
Red Bull made it specifically for him.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool actually because yeah, it was hard. The guy explained it as like he's going at like near the speed of sound, like at the beginning of the fall. He just managed to not break it. He got to about just over 600 miles per hour. Speed of sound's about 670. So a human has still not broken the speed of sound, which is unfortunate, but whatever.
Would breaking the sound barrier have broken him in any way?
That's what I'm saying. When they like
That's
break
the thing no one knows, but we're gonna find out.
We have catapults. We can make this happen.
See, I got a lot of respect for that because people watch like sporting events or something. Okay, that's fine. But you're watching something where a guy could like almost die, basically. Like
I talked to a lot of people and like saying, "Oh, it's not really that impressive." It's like if you read up on it, you would understand all the risks that he was taking.
Right.
Like so much had to be checked. Like they were going through all the safety checks. Like before he jumped, and every hour they would do 36 different safety checks.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so impressive when someone kicks a ball into a net. Oh yeah, that's so impressive. This guy fell from space. He fell from space. That's impressive.
I thought what was pretty cool though is the fact that the guy who jumped, he only had 1,800 jumps in total, and I know people with like thousands and thousands of jump. Like the person who instructed me originally, he's got over 5,000 jumps. So he's more experienced than that guy, but that guy's broken records, which is really cool.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
What if you did all 1,000 jumps at the same time? We need to dig a tunnel to the center of the earth so you can do it.
You just bounce back and forward.
Yeah, you big trampoline and he's bouncing back up. So tell us about the Halloween party. Did you wear a costume?
Yes, I dressed up as Slender-Man.
Really?
Yeah, I wore a black suit, and then I had like a white kind of mask that molded itself to my head. So it literally looked like that. It just looks like a plain face. It was really cool.
Wow.
But yeah, it was at the skydiving club, and the event organizer is named Stu. He's friggin' amazing. He's so good. He made it Alice in Wonderland themed.
Aww.
And he brought in tarpaulin, so like plastic sheeting, and covered the entire of the barroom kind of floor in it, and then put grass down on top of the plastic sheeting.
Wow.
And then he'd made these kind of like circular tubing things and placed them around. And then from the ceiling, he hung fabric. So these tubings and this fabric would look like the bottom of mushrooms. And then he had like a chessboard, which was like the dance area and stuff. He had like chess pieces all over the place. He'd done blue drapes with like sweeping hills and stuff. Wow. It was such a good party. I got really, really drunk.
Did you see any of the sexy women costumes that we had on the show? Any of those?
There was a sexy Freddy Krueger.
Oh yeah.
That wasn't that bad, to be honest. She gave me her.
Whoa! What did she give you? Hold on. Where are you going with this? All right, continue.
She gave me her hand.
She gave you your hand in marriage. You're married. What are you talking about? Give your hand.
Her hand, the Freddy Krueger hand.
Oh, I thought you meant something else entirely.
Yeah.
But
I actually still have it.
You stole it.
Yeah, she gave it to me. She said I could
It's
have
almost. It's kind of like Cinderella. Cinderella lost the
Yeah,
slipper. This chick
actually-
lost her Freddy Krueger glove, and you must find which one fits the glove.
it. I kind of fit, so you know.
But if that were like, the actual story, there'd be people getting their hands chopped to be shorter to fit in the glove.
That'd be weird.
Actually, you reminded me, John.
Yeah.
I guess this doesn't count as one of the ones we saw, but someone was dressed as, a sexy Cleopatra, which was weird. But not that weird. It
That's
kinda
not
makes
that
sense.
bad, actually.
There were saw someone dressed as a Christmas tree.
A Christmas tree.
Christmas tree.
That's just asinine.
We saw a pretty good Beetlejuice.
Did you say their name
A
3 times?
sexy Beetlejuice would be
But
amazing.
then we
Sexy
saw
Beetlejuice.
there were two. Oh, for the love of cheese! But there were two of them right next to each other. So, like, did you have to say it 6 times? If you say it 3 times, does one appear and the other go away? I don't know.
Oh,
All right. Hazman, thank you, sir.
you're very welcome.
Go play some Assassin's Creed.
I will do. I'm playing
Talk to you
Halo
later.
4 at the moment, but whatever.
All right. Play whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to do.
Yay!
All right, sir. We'll talk to you soon.
See you later, guys. Bye.
Night.
All right. Let's see what else we got here. You got any questions in the chat? Please post them up. We're going to get out of here in a couple minutes.
Yeah, time's running out, friends.
Yes. I'm looking through.
I'm
Hold
waiting
on if you see it, Johnny.
for a question, but no one.
All right,
has-
Sir Lionheart, Rambo, and OJ, what 90s movies would you recommend to watch? All the Tarantino stuff.
Like 90s movies?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Pulp Fiction, drop right now. Reservoir Dogs.
Tarantino stuff, Kevin Smith stuff,
Yeah.
Jurassic Park.
1.
Jurassic Park 1. I love Jurassic Park. I love all the Jurassic Parks.
I'd even allow Independence Day.
Well, it's a little bit of a different,
It has
spin on
Goldblum
things.
saying "must go faster." You have to watch that with Jurassic Park 1.
What else was good? There's a bunch of
Big
stuff,
Lebowski.
man. I
Yeah,
used to
PS3
watch.
TNA's right. Big Lebowski.
Oh yeah, absolutely. What else did we watch? It's hard when you get put on the spot with this stuff. If I
Yeah,
thought about
like-
it for like 5 minutes, I could give you.
What have? Oh, Falling Down. Wasn't that the 90s?
If you like any of the, there's a lot of in early '90s, a lot of that cheesy action movie stuff, which was so bad it's good, like the Van Damme, Seagal, all that type of stuff. Kickboxer, Lionheart. Those are movies I like.
When did
Bloodsport.
7 come out?
That was in the '90s.
I only just saw that the other day.
Yeah, I'm like looking over at my DVDs.
I'd have to get in the other room to do that.
Wasn't really you had your Batman stuff, but there wasn't really a lot of superhero things going on.
Not really.
You know, there was more a little bit after that.
Yeah, I can't remember what else was really
Well, I
good.
really
in
like the stuff that really
Matrix
changed.
1. Matrix
Yeah,
1. Was that
Matrix.
2001?
The stuff that really changed movies from the '90s was that really that early '90s Tarantino type of stuff, and well, yeah, I think some of the Kevin Smith stuff wasn't really as popular, but I think you see a lot of that influence later on with the Farrelly brothers. They kind of copied a lot of that type of dick and fart joke type humor, and they kind of turned it into more of like a mainstream deal.
Whoa. Wait, I'm Liam said Home Alone. Was that in the 90s or the 80s?
Yeah, it was 1991.
Wow.
Yeah, that was a good question. I like that one.
Yeah, me
I'll
too.
do some more thought into that. Let's see. John OJ. Liam says John OJ should do a 24-hour stream during the holidays as a Christmas present to the Ramborgia. What we're doing is we're doing like a big Christmas special that we'll probably take care of that for you, I think. So.
And you'll like it. Or I'll be sad.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll just be sad anyway.
OJ, can you build a blanket fort on camera and record it for the show?
No, that's completely impossible.
That was from World Law.
You cannot build a blanket fort on camera. That is just completely not possible.
Yeah.
Oh, quick thing. XX Stealth 56 asks what anime I'm watching right now. I'm watching the new Hunter x Hunter series, not the old one that takes 10 years and is super slow.
Yeah.
The new one that's on about episode 54 right now, much better.
Hazard, we just had him on the show. He's asking questions as well. He's just hogging up all the time. John, would you consider streaming WE13?
And it's good.
Yeah, we played WE13. I had it over at John's house on Friday night. We were playing, and I think you kind of liked it. I don't know. What'd you think?
it's inferior to No Mercy, but it's still fun.
Yeah. I'm actually getting a capture card from Howard's going to give me a capture card that he has, and I'll probably maybe do some stuff. Yeah, I might, if I'm playing something, maybe I'll throw it on there and do something. I don't know. So.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was just kind of weird for me playing WWE 13 because it's like, hey, remember No Mercy? Why, yes, I do. Well, you're going to wish you hadn't because it's better. I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but the game lacked polish.
Rambo, please don't scare the shit out of me like last year when you started the Christmas show with the Island of Misfit Toys, which was way louder than it should have been. Last year was
scary.
Last year was like in my learning process time. It was like 10 years ago, 1 year. Like that's how much I've evolved, I think, from editing and doing things. So hopefully that problem won't happen again.
Yeah, and Slots One, it's go out to last. If I'm playing any JRPGs, I've been playing Final Fantasy effing 4 for years, for like 2 years now. I'm in the last dungeon. I finally hit the save point. So yeah, I'm gonna finish that effing game. Then I'm gonna play Chrono Trigger. It's gonna be awesome. No spoilers, please. Haven't played Chrono Trigger yet.
Ninja Link 9 says, please play the elephant porn clip again.
No. Why? Why would you ask for that?
Someone just said it.
Why? Okay, look, I can't read anymore just in case it happens. I'm blind now, so.
All right, here's a question. In a scary game, what mechanic or feature scares you the most?
Ooh.
I think it's a combination of... well, first of all, I think what kills those games is if it becomes repetitive and you start to expect things and you kind of feel when things are going to happen,
Yeah.
Going back to like Resident Evil, there was times when like you go walk by the windows, the dogs would come through the windows, right?
Yeah.
There was times that they would not.
Well, when they remade Resident Evil for the GameCube, the times when the dogs did come through, they did, and the times when they didn't, they did. They switched it up, and it was beautiful because you hit that hall, you're like, I know what you're gonna do. Right. That's gonna be a dog, and there's no dog. You're like, sweet, they got rid of the dog.
If it happens every time you go by a window, it's not really scary anymore. You're kind of waiting for something to happen. But if you don't really know when it's gonna happen or what's gonna happen, that's pretty. That adds a lot of frightening element to things.
Yeah, one thing for me, I mean, the atmosphere. You make it really creepy and dark and suspenseful. Yeah. If you build a sense of suspense, I will be sitting there crying like the small child that I am. I mean, Resident Evil 5, you're just running around shooting stuff the entire time. There's no time for you to get scared,
Yeah.
Like, it's creepy there's nothing like, there's nothing building, there's nothing really growing, except for a couple points, maybe like when the lickers are stuck in the room and you're like, are they going to get out? I don't know. But like picture yourself in a dark room, dusty, musty, looks like there's nobody else around, slight amount of light coming in from the moon outside, just enough to show you the shadows in the room, but not really let you see what's inside.
Yeah.
And
the scariest thing is the unknown is the scariest thing.
Yeah.
I got two more we're going to do, and we get out of here. Art Thou Angry says, Japanese teaching segment on the show anytime soon, OJ. Would you ever do
Japanese what?
Some sort of Japanese teaching people words at some point, maybe here or I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, I've forgotten so much Japanese. I mean, it would be a good way to get me to try and remember it, though. I don't know if anyone would. I mean, if people really want to hear it or something, I could do simple stuff, I guess. But I'm kind of ashamed.
Teach us one word right now. The word for socks.
Socks?
Yeah.
I'll teach you 2 words right now. Kutsu means shoe. Kutsu. Kutsushita means sock, which means literally undershoe.
All right. That's how you say that, huh?
Kutsushita.
Is that what if you go into the store and you say that, they know what you're talking about?
If you say you want socks or shoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Liam says, will you guys make a Schnoz-man a hole punch movie?
I thought we were.
It feels like we're doing that now. It's like we're doing we're trying to do 3 episodes, which would probably be over an hour of altogether. So it basically feels like that.
It's gonna be. That's going. I mean, when we're done, that's gonna be a movie length, man.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. We're pretty beat up.
The fact that John is alive kicking today is a miracle.
It's gonna take a long time till you guys see it. Unfortunately, yeah.
Got some production issues, but hey.
Yeah, we're a little bit behind where we wanted to be at this point, and like we tend to do things a lot more times now because we really want to like make it good. So Unfortunately, it's going to take some time, and it's
Yeah.
kind of a bummer. But eventually it'll be out, and it'll feel good when it's out, and hopefully everyone watches it.
And hopefully everyone enjoys it.
All right, that's going to do it, I think, for the show this week, dude.
Okay.
I can't hear you.
Oh,
I can hear you
I words.
I can hear you now.
Oh, good.
That was a weird view we just had there. Wow. All right, sir. Thank you for doing the show.
What were you kidding? Thank you for doing the show. What are you talking
We'll be
about?
back next week on Wednesday.
Wednesday. The
Yeah.
Wednesdayest day.
Didn't lose power yet. That's good. I get to go out and shovel tomorrow morning.
Oh gosh,
7
I don't
a.m.
even know if I'm gonna be able to get to work.
Come over and do some shoveling for me, 7 a.m.
No, thank you.
Thank you guys for participating in the chat. We love you. We have the best viewers on all of YouTube, I would say.
I agree.
I'm going to go out there and say it. You know? Some people, they put videos out, they just get abused by their viewers. We get loved. We make love with the viewer. The viewers make love to us every week here on JohnRamboPresents. So for OJ, this is John. Thank you for everyone that came on. Thank you for viewing, everybody. Thank you for being a part of JohnRamboPresents, the very best and free and optional entertainment. We're going to leave you with a little something as we get out of here.
My glasses are off.
Adios, ladies and gentlemen.
Look away.